AITA for calling the police and suing my entitled neighbor after she stole my PS5 package on camera? So here's the deal. I had been saving for months to finally buy myself a PlayStation 5. I'm talking real sacrifice here. No more ordering takeout on Fridays, selling some of my old stuff on Facebook Marketplace, skipping those random impulse buys at Target. I was laser-focused. Every penny I saved was going toward that console. It wasn't just a gaming system. It was a symbol of finally treating myself, a reward for years of working overtime and managing my budget like a pro. When I finally placed the order, I was bouncing off the walls. The confirmation email came through, and I swear I read it a dozen times just to make sure it wasn't a scam. I even printed the delivery date, Tuesday afternoon, and marked it on my calendar in bright red ink with an exclamation mark for good measure. I told my friends, my family, even the barista at my local coffee shop that this was happening. The day arrived. Tuesday morning, I was buzzing with excitement. I was working from home and found myself checking the tracking number every half hour, even more often than that when noon rolled around. Each time it said, out for delivery, my heart skipped a beat. At around 2:15 p.m., my phone buzzed with a notification, package delivered. I dropped my coffee mug and practically sprinted to the front door. I swung it open, and nothing. No box, no package, no PS5. Just my plain old porch with the welcome mat slightly askew like nothing had happened. My stomach dropped. I thought, maybe the delivery guy left it with a neighbor? I ran down the steps and asked Mrs. Jenkins next door, "Did you happen to get a package for me?" She blinked at me and said, "No, honey, didn't see anything." Confused, I hurried back inside and immediately opened the app for my porch security camera. I clicked on the timeline and fast-forwarded to the delivery window, around 2 p.m. And then I saw her. There she was, my neighbor Karen. You know the type, middle-aged, always in her floral housecoat. The woman who has made it her mission to police the entire block. The kind of person who complains if your lawn isn't perfectly trimmed or if your recycling bin is put out on the wrong day. She's been a thorn in my side since the day I moved in. The video showed her striding up my porch steps like she owned the place, eyes darting left and right as if she was casing the joint. She crouched down, peered around the corner, then bent down and snatched the box, my box, tucked it under her arm, and walked off with this smug little smile on her face like she'd just won the lottery. I sat there stunned, watching her disappear into her front door, my heart pounding. I felt a mix of emotions, disbelief, anger, betrayal. How could she just take something that wasn't hers? Without a word? Without even a glance in my direction? I paced around my living room, phone still in hand, replaying the footage over and over. At one point, my best friend Sarah called. "Sarah, hey, how's the PS5 hype? You ready to conquer the gaming world?" Me, trying to keep it light. "You won't believe this, Sarah. It never even made it to my hands." "Sarah, what do you mean?" Me, voice shaking, "My neighbor, Karen, she stole my package. I have it on camera." Sarah, pausing, "Wait, what? Are you serious?" Me, 100%. She marched right onto my porch, grabbed it, and took off. I don't even know what to do. Sarah, that's insane. You have footage though, right? That's proof. Me, yeah, but what if she denies it? What if she gets nasty? Sarah, you have to confront her. Don't let her get away with it. I hung up and took a deep breath, steeling myself for the confrontation. But I wasn't ready yet. I wanted to make sure I had all my ducks in a row. I replayed the footage again, zoomed in on her face, took screenshots. I even posted a blurry still on our neighborhood Facebook group asking if anyone else had issues with package theft. No one else had seen Karen do anything like this, but people responded with stories about other things she's done, like calling the cops on someone for playing music too loud, or sending passive-aggressive notes about parking. That only made me more certain. This wasn't just some random crime. It was her, the entitled, nosy, rule-enforcing Karen who apparently thought my hard-earned package belonged to her. As evening fell, I sat at my kitchen table, staring at the empty spot where my PS5 should have been. I felt that heavy mix of frustration and helplessness creeping in. Then, as if the universe was rubbing salt in the wound, my phone dinged again with another Facebook notification. Someone had posted a photo of a box that looked exactly like mine on Karen's front porch. I felt the blood rush to my face. I was done pretending this was a simple mix-up. I pulled out my phone, dialed the non-emergency police line, and told them everything about the missing package, the video footage, and my suspicion that my neighbor had stolen it. They told me they would send someone by to check it out. I texted Sarah, "This is going to get ugly, but I'm not letting her get away with this." She replied instantly, "You're doing the right thing. I'm with you." That night, I barely slept. Every creak of the house sounded like footsteps coming back to steal from me again. But deep down, I knew this was just the beginning. After the police took my initial report and promised to send someone by to follow up, I knew I couldn't just sit and wait. I needed to face Karen. I had the footage, I had the proof. Now it was time to confront her directly. I rehearsed what I would say over and over in my head. I wanted to stay calm, firm, and not let her gaslight me. I imagined all the things she might say: denial, deflection, the classic victim act. But I had no choice. My PS5 wasn't just a box anymore. It was my hard work, my savings, my little victory against all the crap life throws at you. and Karen had stolen it like it was nothing. That afternoon, I grabbed my phone and the screenshots of the video, took a deep breath, and walked across the driveway to her front door. I knocked firmly. It took a moment, but then the door swung open, revealing Karen in her usual floral robe and slippers, her expression instantly shifting from surprise to a fake smile. Karen, oh, hi there. What a surprise. What can I do for you? Me, holding up my phone. Karen, I want to talk to you about something serious. I have video footage of you taking a package from my porch today. She blinked, then laughed nervously. Oh, that must be a mistake. You know how those cameras can be, distorting things. Maybe someone else took it. Me, showing her the footage. That's not possible. This is you, coming onto my porch, picking up the box, and walking away. I want my PS5 back. Karen's smile vanished. She crossed her arms, looking me up and down like I was crazy. Karen, you don't know what you're talking about. That's not my box, and I didn't take anything. Maybe it fell off the delivery truck somewhere. Me, voice rising slightly. I saw you with my own eyes. The box had my name on it. It had the shipping label. You stole it. Please just give it back. Karen scoffed, stepping aside slightly so I could see inside her house. I caught a glimpse of a box on her couch, the same size, the same tape. My heart clenched. Me, is that my package? Karen, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen any package. I could feel my blood boiling. Me, stop lying. This is ridiculous. I've been nothing but polite, and you're acting like I'm the problem. Karen, well, maybe if you didn't order such expensive things, you wouldn't have this problem. Me, that's not the point. You stole from me. I want it back. Now, at that moment, her husband, Tom, appeared behind her, arms crossed. He gave me a hard look. Tom, listen, lady. This is a misunderstanding. Maybe the package was left here by mistake. We don't appreciate you barging in and accusing us. Me, I'm not accusing. I have proof. If you don't return the package, I'm calling the police. Karen shot him a warning glance, but clearly wasn't backing down. Karen, go ahead. See if they do anything. They have better things to do than chase after packages. Me, I don't care. I'll get my PS5 back one way or another. I left their doorstep feeling a mix of frustration and determination. This wasn't over. That night, I posted the video footage on the neighborhood Facebook group, along with a message warning others about Karen's behavior. I wanted to protect others from the same fate and maybe pressure her into doing the right thing. Comments flooded in, some people expressing shock, others recalling their own negative experiences with her. One neighbor wrote, "That's classic Karen. She always thinks she's entitled to everyone's stuff." But there were also defenders of Karen, accusing me of trying to ruin her reputation without proof. That only made me more resolute to stand my ground. 2 days later, I got a text from Karen, short and cold. Karen, return what's ours, or I'll take legal action against you. I stared at the message, stunned. Legal action? For what? You stole from me. I replied calmly. Me. The police are involved. I have video proof. Please return my package peacefully. No response. Then, one evening, there was a loud banging on my door. I peeked through the peephole and saw Karen and Tom standing there, arms crossed, looking furious. Me, opening the door cautiously. What is it? Karen, voice raised. You think you can just post lies about me online? You're slandering me. Me, I posted the truth. You took my package. Tom, we're going to sue you for defamation if you don't take that down. I took a deep breath. You stole from me. The truth isn't defamation. I'm willing to resolve this, but I need my property back. Karen sneered. We don't have your stupid PS5. You're crazy. That was the final straw. I called the police again. This time, they came and spoke with Karen and Tom about the package theft and the escalating harassment. It was clear from my video and the mounting evidence that they couldn't deny what happened. Karen and Tom's arrogance started to crumble. They looked uncomfortable but refused to hand over the package. The police advised me to file a formal theft report and told Karen and Tom to stay away from me and my property. From there, I contacted the retailer to report the theft and started gathering evidence for a possible civil case. After the police intervention, I thought things might finally calm down. I was wrong. Karen and Tom refused to back down. In fact, their attitude got worse. A few days after the police visit, I started noticing little things, packages I ordered missing again, my mail thrown on the ground, my car's tires slashed. It felt like a full-on vendetta. I felt unsafe in my own home. But the worst was yet to come. One afternoon, I got a letter in the mail. It was from Karen's lawyer. They were suing me for defamation, harassment, and malicious intent for posting the video online and reporting them to the police. The letter was filled with legal jargon and threats. My hands shook as I read it. How could she turn this around and make me the bad guy? I knew I had to fight back. I hired a lawyer the very next day. We talked through everything. How I had proof of the theft, the police report, the video footage, and the escalating harassment. My lawyer was confident. "We can take this to court and win," she said. That gave me hope. Then the day came. Court. The entire ordeal felt surreal. Sitting in that courtroom, watching Karen and Tom sit across from me with smug looks on their faces, it felt like a war zone. The judge called the case, and it was time to present my evidence. I felt my heart pounding as I watched the video footage play on the screen. Karen's face was clear as day, no denying it. The courtroom was silent except for the clicking of the video. When it ended, I looked at Karen. Her eyes were hard but flickered with something I hadn't seen before: fear. Her lawyer tried to argue that I had invaded their privacy by posting the video online and that the footage was inconclusive. But my lawyer was ready, pointing out the timestamps, the police report, and the fact that the box clearly had my name and address. Karen's defense crumbled. Then, Karen herself took the stand. She was defensive, refusing to apologize or admit guilt. Instead, she tried to flip the story, claiming I had stalked her, harassed her family, and fabricated the video. The judge didn't look convinced. I felt a surge of anger as I listened to her lies. I wanted to scream, to tell everyone how much she had destroyed my sense of security, how much I had lost. But I stayed calm. Finally, the judge called for a recess. Outside the courtroom, Karen spat venomous words at me. "You'll regret this. You're ruining lives over a stupid game console." Tom sneered and muttered, "You think you're so clever, but karma's coming for you." I ignored them. I had waited years for justice, and now I was this close. When the court reconvened, the judge delivered the verdict. Karen and Tom were ordered to pay me the full value of the PS5, plus court fees and damages for emotional distress. The look on Karen's face was priceless, pure shock mixed with fury. But it wasn't just about the money. The judge also issued a restraining order against Karen and Tom, prohibiting them from coming near me or my property. I finally felt safe again. Word spread fast. Neighbors who had avoided me before started coming up to apologize, admitting they were wary of Karen's temper. The local HOA even stepped in, issuing warnings to Karen about her behavior and the legal consequences if it continued. The aftermath was intense. Karen's reputation was in tatters. People whispered about the package thief down the street. The once dominant neighborhood gossip suddenly found herself isolated. As for me, I finally got my replacement PS5 delivered, free, thanks to the retailer's customer service after I explained everything and provided the police report. I still remember the moment I unboxed it. It felt like more than just a console. It was a symbol of standing up for myself and not letting anyone walk all over me. But the whole experience left scars. I became more cautious, more protective of my space. I installed extra security cameras and changed all my locks. I made peace with the fact that some people are toxic, and sometimes the only way to protect yourself is to fight back hard. Looking back, I don't regret a single thing. Karen tried to steal my happiness and peace of mind, but I reclaimed it. I showed her, and everyone else, that you don't have to accept bad behavior just because it comes from your neighbor. So, Reddit, am I the a-hole for taking this all the way to court and making sure justice was served? Because in my book, standing up for yourself is never wrong.